I'm really fucking tired of doing 10 takes of this thing and not getting it done. And this is some really, really good water. Alright, quick follow-up video I wanted to do, sort of doing a topic-based thing, talking to people about competitive gaming. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions, and some of what I'm going to say is fact, some of it opinion, but being that I've been in the scene, I've been to a lot of LANs, I've done tournaments, stuff like that, in person. This is what I really want to specifically hone in on, to talk to people who may play on game battles, maybe just competitive in general, like they play a lot of matchmaking, they're like, oh man, I should really do MLG or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I want to go play competitively. It's fairly simple to play competitive now than what it used to be. Basically just jump on some game battles, get yourself a team of guys, and I'm gonna sort of go through the progression and clear up misconceptions along the way. First thing first is when you do get into, let's just say, team gaming, because I have more experience in singles. I never played as much team LAN stuff, but when you get into, let's just say you have your clan, you have your 5-guy clan, whatever, 6-guy clan, I don't really care. When you have your little clan buddies who are going to start playing competitively, you need to have chemistry. Chemistry wins games. People do not understand how many oh my god, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people play with like pub stars, like people who are really good, but they have no chemistry at all, and they will lose to these like average sort of okay players who have been playing with each other for like a year. And they will win every time because chemistry wins games. You may not agree with it, but I'm sorry, it's pretty true, and I have a lot of examples to go off of. Probably too long for this video, but yeah, chemistry wins games. You need to build chemistry. Best way to do that is, I hate to say this, but matchmaking is really good. Matchmaking with your team is just really good. Communicate a lot. Force yourself to communicate. I do not care if it's like almost meaningless. Force yourself to communicate. Doesn't mean fill up the mic with chatter. It means guy at A, guy at B, guys coming in from right, guys coming in from left, cover this, shock charge at the freaking door, whatever. Just call stuff out, make sure it's understandable, clear, concise, and you just, intel will pretty much turn the tide. And that's like the very first step, is that you just need to have the playtime. I really don't believe in playing the game specifically by yourself. Now for League of Legends, that's a whole different story. People play solo queue, and that's actually really beneficial, but only on ranked. But anyways, with league play now, it's actually kind of possible because you're going to be playing at your skill level. So I suggest, if you're going to get into Black Ops now as a competitive thing, you need to do solo queue or league play by yourself and do that. Or if you can do it with your team, that's much better. But either way, just get the playtime in. Then when you decide to go on and start playing games, you need to legitimately, it does not actually, at this point, I'm not saying lose every game, but every loss is still a victory, because you're going to learn something more so from losses than victories. Plain and simple. Victory is a morale booster. But honestly, I'm going to tell you this right now, don't take game battles too seriously. Plain and simple. I never relied on game battles to get anywhere. And though that may have been back then as compared to now that it's so freaking huge. But with like League of Legends, because I think they have an MLG thing, IPL is their qualifiers, and those are open. You can actually sign up to go to those, and that's it. And then just win. I don't really know how it is in Xbox now, but there was qualifiers. That used to be how it was. Show up, qualified, GG. I know I'm gonna get yelled at for saying GG, but pretty much that's what it is. And literally just don't rely on having the best win-loss. Just get good. As long as you know you're good, or you think you can compete at a level, go for it. It used to be when I did play in game battles, you could just buy actually, I think it still is like this. You just buy into tournaments, and that's it. If you know you can win, go for it. But that's what you need to do. When you're at that level where you feel comfortable of doing tournaments or something like that, you need to go in and start getting into tournaments. And just like I said, start to have that playtime, that chemistry. Have it pay off by now. When you get to this point, I strongly suggest you start looking up lands. When you start winning tournaments, you win the $100 prize pool or whatever it is. Maybe it'd be cheaper. I don't really know, because I know MLG pays out the ass now. But when you start getting comfortable with that, this is about when you're going to start going to LANs, which is the in-house venue type stuff where you show up and play. Now you need to throw out all the skill you thought you had, because I'll tell you what, when you get to LANs, completely different game, and you may go 40-10 at home, but I guarantee you, if you go into this shit too cocky, you're going to bomb out first round. First game, you're going to lose. So you need to come into it with an open mind, and you soak up everything, because LAN experience is completely invaluable. Like, people do not understand what LAN experience means. A lot of people think that there's no difference between going to a venue and then playing at home, and it's completely different. Let me give you an example, okay? I play on a 46-inch TV at 1080i, and I sit in like some crappy little lawn chair, but it's comfortable for me because it sits at the right height. I have the normal wired controller from Xbox. I have my Tritons, and that's it. You may go to a LAN, and I have actually done this. I'm speaking of a LAN that I went to a very long time ago. This is for Halo, but either way, it doesn't matter. You might end up going there with no chair, having to stand up and look up at a TV, a 15-inch TV, a little 480p thing or whatever, and you'll be standing there looking. That's how you're gonna have to play on a wireless controller with no headset. That'll throw you off. You'll lose. You're not comfortable in that. You've never played like that. If you can train to play for a real LAN, and you can train in the same atmosphere, whatever, if you can train in the same conditions, do it. I think a lot of MLG now, they probably still do it the same way, I don't know, but it used to be like they would set you up on these tables, and then you would just sit next to a bunch of people, and that was it. Like, it was like big TVs, you'd be really close. They give you these really uncomfortable ass metal folding chairs or whatever. I don't know. I know that PC gamers do them in booths, and it's apparently, from what I've heard, it's really cold. Like, they give you hand warmers at some of these things. So I don't know. I've never done PC booth type setup. But yeah, it's way different. And so go to LANs a lot. Go to as many as you can. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. I mean, if you win, it kind of is a big deal. But the point I'm trying to make is just get the experience. And once you get a lot more LAN experience, you'll start to notice that you're a better player. And by now, matchmaking isn't going to do anything for you. You're going to do what's called scrimming, which basically you find other teams. It used to be, you'd be playing, you would take those super try-hard games. You'd play people, you'd find somebody in the leaderboard or whatever, and then challenge them and play them, and like, oh, my win-loss, it's huge. Oh, well, let's go practice. We need to go play, matchmaking. Not at LANs. When you start getting into LANs and that's what you're playing for, you're playing at LANs. You're playing specifically for tournament money. You're playing for prize money. You need to start playing teams at your skill level that will, challenge you. And, even if you want to get someone that's better, go for it. But you need to play them for something. And you need to obviously put your win-loss on the line. But you need to play them. And that's called scrimming, and that's what you'll do to practice. Like, that's what most teams do. And I just want to throw up that the fact that LANs specifically are a big deal. The fact that specifically PC gamers too, what you should probably do is get a little USB and have all your settings from your computer, like mouse sensitivity, etc., have them loaded into the USB drive, because a lot of places for PC gamers, they will allow you to, because they'll give you computers, they will allow you to plug it in and go, and put your settings in. Some of the places actually allow you to use your mouse and keyboard, some don't. Xbox places, they don't allow you to use your own stuff in the fear of being modded, etc. A lot of places won't let you bring your headphones. Some places have their own. Some places don't have headphones, and they make you play on mute, which is really stupid. It bothers me. I had to go to one that was... I ended up actually first placing one where they told everybody, you can't have headsets, that's stupid. And everyone was like, oh, okay. So they muted their TVs. I was like, can I turn mine up? They're like, well, you wouldn't be able to hear your own. I was like, okay, first placed. But, yeah. LAN experience, huge deal. Going back to what I said earlier, I think I said I've done too many takes of this videos. You need to learn from pros. You always need to ask questions. Always remember there's someone better than you, and ask questions. Something I like to reflect on now, as of recently, for competitive gaming, something called the principle of charity. You need to you never go into something, never go into it thinking, oh, these guys are bad. You know, don't be arrogant. Don't, you know, these guys are terrible. You need to be modest. I honestly believe that only increases your chances of winning. Basically, you need to always expect that the other person's ahead of you, the other person's better than you. Don't let up. Don't let up on the pressure, you know. If someone does something you may think it's stupid, you need to understand that they're probably doing it for a reason, and that they believe that it's going to beat you or get them ahead or whatever. So basically, like I said, never take the enemy lightly, and always expect them to do better than you, to play better than you, and to just ultimately be completely ahead of you in every which way. You need to just go into it like that. If you go into it like, oh, I'm gonna win, scrubs, noobs, faggots, what, you know, you're gonna lose so bad, dude. So just go into it on a good mindset like that. And a number one thing, don't rage. Seriously. You're going to actually, this is more factual than not. Trash talking will lose you games, because it's going to cause you to rage, and if you can cause the other person to rage, that's good. You know, why did you do that, dude? Why did you, like, try to drop shot when I could just easily kill you, or whatever? I don't know, whatever you want to say, just, you know, that kind of stuff, yeah. But raging loses you games. You start playing emotionally. You're gonna go on tilt. If you're not familiar with, if you're not familiar with the term on tilt, it's a poker term. Go look it up. But you do that, you're going to lose more consistently, and you don't want to do that. So just avoid, for the love of God, avoid playing emotionally. Avoid raging. You'll do fine. And in clutch situations in gaming, you will lose off of that. But I pretty much gave you this long video, and I think that's everything I have to say. I'm at 14 minutes, so I appreciate you guys who watched. I've been dying to get something out like this. You know, if you have any questions or anything like that, comment, whatever. Again, I appreciate it. TOA SIN. I'll catch you guys later.